Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Now you have joined me with my BMW 1 Series here today, and we're going to be talking about reliability. So how reliable are these cars? So we're going to be talking about the BMW 1 Series, namely the E81, E82, E87 and E88. Now let's get into it. Okay then, so say hello to my 2005 BMW E87 130i. Now on a whole, this platform of BMW 1 Series is a very reliable car. Now there is some things to look out for sure, but in terms of an overall package, these cars are very solid. Now we understand that these cars come in a range of different engine choices and models, so I think the best place to start would be in the engine bay. Now then, as you can see, I have the 3-litre straight 6 naturally aspirated N52 engine. Now in my opinion, this is the best choice if you want to go petrol. This is the most reliable pick of the bunch. But of course, if you have a 4-cylinder petrol, whether or not that is an N42, N43, N45 or N46 engine, there is definitely some things that you need to pay attention to. So those 4 engines that I just mentioned, that will cover the 116i, 118i and 120i, they all seem to suffer with some form of timing chain issue. Now you'll tend to get a pre-warning before your timing chain fails. So upon startup, you'll notice that the timing chain is very loud, and on these 4 engines the timing chain is located at the front. So when it comes to replacement, it's actually not that bad of a job. Now if you compare it to something like the N47, which is the 2-litre diesel, that is a completely different ball game. So the timing chain on that engine is located at the rear, so it either requires an engine out or the car to be up on some ramps and have the gearbox dropped off just to access the timing chain. Now the other diesel option you have with these cars is the M47, which is the predecessor to the N47, and I actually have a bunch of videos both on the M47 and the N47 engines, having owned both of them, so I'm very familiar with the common issues on those. So there will be some links down in the description box below if you want to know specific engine reliability issues. Now like I said, on a whole these cars are pretty solid, but there definitely is some things that you do want to periodically check. Now we're going to go underneath the car to take a look at the rear subframe. Now as you can see, this one is particularly covered in surface rust. Now this is a very common issue because these are steel. They are not like the front subframe, which is aluminium. These like to get pretty bad surface rust, and it's actually known in some cases for these to completely crack. So I'll definitely say that this is one of the biggest reliability issues when it comes to the BMW 1 Series platform, and it's something that you want to check on your car as well. Now another reliability concern with these BMW 1 Series is with the rear shock absorbers. Now because they are not like your typical spring over shock absorber struts, they don't tend to hold up as well as some other models. Now going underneath the car again, you can see that there really is not a whole lot to them. So if you notice that your car is sitting pretty low on the rear, chances are they have failed. Another way that your shock absorbers can fail is if the shock absorber goes through the boot floor itself. Now you'll notice this when you remove this trim piece here. You can see the top of the strut, it will be sitting a lot higher than it should be. Another reliability issue, and again this is something that is far inferior compared to the other BMW models, and this is to do with the door check straps. So what do I mean by door check straps? It is these things just here. Now if you notice that your door is not holding open in 2 positions, this position and this position, likely your door check straps are shot. So moving on to the interior then, and there is a few things in here. The first thing I'm going to mention is the radio. So if we go ahead and turn that on, notice how some of the pixels appear to be missing. This is a very common issue. Now it's not actually like this all of the time. You typically notice this when you have warmer weather when it's hot outside, this is when you seem to notice this. When it's cool, when it's nice and cold, you don't tend to have these missing pixels here. This only tends to be a problem when it's hot. Now, there are companies out there who do specialize in fixing this issue, so if you want to send your radio off for repair, then do rest assured you can do that. The next thing then, and I don't know if you'd put this down to the reliability of the BMW 1 Series, it's more of a common problem, but it is a very, very annoying issue, and it is to do with the vents. As you can see there, they are very, very discolored, and I can only assume that it is from the sun. Obviously, it affects more so the vents nearest to the top. Now, you can't seem to clean this off. It's not just a case of giving this a rub or a wipe and it'll come off. No, it won't. I think you're going to have to either paint these or just, you know, replace them for brand new units. It has affected, in my case, all of the vents, you know, both of the side vents and both of the center vents as well. So yeah, pretty annoying issue, but again, if this is something that that is not acceptable for you, then, you know, just rest assured this can be fixed. Okay then, so I'm going to wrap this video up now, and I know that I didn't really go into too much details about all of the common problems. I have made videos about, you know, every single common problem in, you know, BMW 1 Series or, you know, particular engine types, things like that. Obviously you can watch those videos if you want to, but I just wanted to make this video really about the reliability. You know, are these cars actually reliable? And yeah, I would say yes. Like, on a whole, I would say they are very, very reliable. They are much simpler than, you know, other models, let's say a 3, 5, 7 series, so there is much less that can go wrong on them. But with that being said, you do have to look after them, and you have to buy the right car first and foremost, and really do your research. You know, like I mentioned with the engine, you know, some of the engine choices, make the right choice. Like I said, if I was to go for a diesel, I'd probably choose the N47. Even though I know I'm going to get, you know, absolutely shot in the comments like, oh, N47's terrible, it has timing chain issues. Guys, I own an N47 engine, I'm aware of the issues. And yeah, if I was to go for a petrol, then I'd probably choose the N52 like I have in this. It's definitely the most reliable out of the bunch, and it obviously produces the most power as well. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful. I hope it's been, you know, somewhat insightful, and maybe you've learned a thing or two. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!